Velvet Room, a space for an open conversation about Black love, marriage, religion, and generational wealth. Sit back and relax and be prepared for a real discussion and open conversation. Like and subscribe.
What up? What up? How y'all doing?
Hey. What's happening?
Hey.
Good to see you guys.
Hey, where's everybody at today, man?
Hey, we are everybody.
Hey,
it's
a Sunday. It's a Sunday, you know. Sometimes, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
We're 2 weeks away.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, everybody got Christmas stuff going on, a lot of stuff going on, so I get it. That's life I have. So how y'all been?
Lovely.
I've been good. Great. Can't complain.
Good.
No, I'm good, man. Life is great, man. I love seeing. When I open my eyes first thing in the morning, I thank God for allowing me to see the light that's beaming through the blind.
Amen. And welcome back.
Right.
That's my first thought.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
Keisha,
missed
hey,
you.
Sean.
We missed you last week a little bit.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah.
Really? I'm gonna be honest with you. When I miss a show like that, I don't miss too many. So I'd be like, doggone, when the daggone Velvet Room coming up? So I can't wait till the next opportunity.
Hey, Shalia.
Hey, y'all in Facebook land.
Yeah. So what y'all do this past weekend? What y'all had going on? Nothing.
I relaxed, ran errands, you know, whatever. So I didn't do anything special.
Cool.
So besides getting back from seeing my boys celebrate my oldest son who turned 21 birthday, you know, had to do some things for him, help him bring the celebration in, right?
Right. You know, I had a party this weekend. I had a Christmas party.
Okay.
I had some friends and family over. Miss B, she showed up. Thank you, Miss B, for showing up.
Yeah.
Kim, she didn't come.
It's Kim too.
I'm gonna make it one day.
Yeah, still hear the music. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought something happened there. Yeah, so I had a lot of food and everything, and I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's over.
You sound like me.
I know where you're at.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This year I'm thinking like, you know what? You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot, man. I don't know. I might next year.
Who idea was it?
Yeah, definitely my idea. I just like the fact. I just love the fact that everyone's getting together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a great host. I mean, I had a great time last night. His guests were lovely, and he great food and entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Outstanding. Oh, he's gonna come in and eat
church.
Well, I tell you, whatever he eating is good.
How y'all doing? He set me up, y'all. He was looking at me the whole time.
No, I wasn't. Eric can tell you, and Nick can tell you, I don't be looking at that screen.
How y'all doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Good.
So, Tashawn, what you do this weekend, man?
Definitely. Actually, I did a few needed things. I preached today for one. And then not only that, I did a lot of studying, you know, did some family time. One of my in-laws' grandmother died. So I kind of spent some time with family and, you know, cut up and laughed a little bit and stuff like that. Cool. So definitely it was enjoyed, much needed.
Nice.
Cool.
It's good to see you, brother.
Yeah.
And I'd like to welcome everyone to the Velvet Room. Please like and share to your page. Please like and share to your page. Now we got a good topic for this evening. Very good topic.
What's up, Shalia? Keisha? What's happening, Sean? Is it Sean?
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
I seen that thing, that video you sent us. That was good.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Yes.
Okay.
You don't
Okay.
remember what you said was about
He's
Shuri
seen a
being
lot.
dead?
A lot this week.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I've been seeing a lot of videos. Eric can tell you.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I do too, but you know.
That particular one, I sat back and watched the whole thing, so it was a trip.
Or that hour long.
was
Somebody
really
one that was about an hour
Oh
long.
yeah. That was too long. I
the one
couldn't
with
watch
the
it.
dude
I like
Rico up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It kind of reminded me of us.
Church.
With
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Wisdom. That's with less wisdom. that was
With
interesting.
less wisdom. They really
Yeah, 'cause
didn't have. I don't. I beg to differ.
Okay. And that's
They was a
totally
little
fine.
dead toe.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it. Oh, I don't know. It was just a couple of things that were kind of like,
That was said and the way they were handling things. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
totally agree with
That's what I was like. Nah, I can't watch
That's the wisdom I'm talking about. They have a lot of learning to do.
Oh,
But,
they own
but
it.
they're doing what they're supposed to do. That whole group is for shock value, so they're doing what they're supposed to do.
it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So check this out, you guys. This is the point of the show. We're actually talking about is there anything at all? Some people get off your chest. Anything that you just can't stand. You know what I can't stand?
What?
You have anything at all?
What is that?
I do.
I do.
Selfish people.
Oh, that's a good one.
Explain.
Explain.
You know, it's just sometimes, you have people who's always asking for something, who always has their hands out, but they are never around to help and do anything for anybody else.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Takers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Especially you already know that game when they call you. You already know it. Like, oh, you know what? That the whole I'm just checking on how you doing. But look,
Oh no, I
y'all
don't
know
even.
what's coming.
I
Y'all know
don't.
what's coming.
Speaking of that, and a lot of parents may not like when I say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Things I can't stand is these cookies and candy sales. I can't stand them. I can't stand these school cookies. I know we got some teachers out there, and I know there's a reason why they sell them, but they just as high as can be. They high movie theater.
Well,
I'm like,
ain't they?
I got a little
Well, I
bit of.
mean, is it the parents though, or is it the school?
No, it's a school, but some parents they send their kids out. They want their kids to win, and this and that. I got a little bag of gummy bears for like $30. I'm like, good Lord.
Yeah, no sale.
That's a
No
hot
sale.
markup.
My
Hot markup.
my son ain't never sold nothing. I'm like,
Oh,
how
so
about
let
you?
me guess, you still falling for the yoki dope, huh? Because it ain't never been nothing in them gummy bear bags.
I had to piss something because they want nothing else to choose from.
Yeah, you
I
try to find the cheapest thing up there. It's like, damn, I don't even like that.
Yeah, just give me some wrapping paper. I don't even want
Okay, that's me.
no.
That's me.
Then some of them have frozen pizza that they send you. I'm like, eat a little bit of pizza about this size.
Oh no.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
after school.
yeah.
Anyway,
So move right along. Anybody got anything?
sorry, education system.
Anything that pisses you off? Anything that you can't stand?
A disrespectful child.
Ooh,
Oh man,
yeah, that's a good one right there.
Anyway.
you hear nobody say it no more though. Back in the day,
Oh, nah, because now children have more respect than an adult. I remember one time my wife and her sister got into it, and her sister was maybe about 14 years old. The officer told my wife when the police got there, you need to be quiet. Don't you see? Like basically saying she's the adult here, the 14-year-old. So it was mind blowing.
Wow.
They was like, you need to be quiet. Like, how do you tell an adult to be quiet when a child is just downright disrespectful?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
it is crazy.
We either got our whole head slapped off our body, y'all.
Right.
Yeah. And look. The kids said I can't stand the gun violence and killing going on amongst family and the youth. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
But it starts at home, man. We got to start parenting these kids right. It starts
Amen.
at home. We got to teach them the right things, and that's what.
She lives. She give donation to the school because she don't like selling.
I don't like that.
I'm the same way.
With it too.
I buy it whatever. My son come home with, so I be like, baby, I buy a couple because I ain't asking nobody for that.
There you go. There
Hey,
you go.
look, and the school probably got the word "sucker" right all over because they know we're gonna do that because it's too high.
Yeah.
They already know it. Guaranteed a couple of sales from us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So check this out, guys. We're gonna move right along. The topic for today is gonna be: is it okay to build a man in 2022? Why not? But before we get into that, let me introduce everybody. Up to my top left, I got the one and only Mr. Church. How you doing, man?
Oh, that's me, man. Where you pointing at?
This way.
Point the other way.
The other way.
The other
The
one.
other way. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
He was actually doing you a favor. You got looking real good even when he said Mr. Church.
Okay.
Okay.
Nah, but I'm doing great.
Cool. And to the other side of me, so this side of me, I got Mr.
Yeah.
E. What's up, Eric?
What's up, party people? It's good to be on the show again tonight with you fabulous people, the people on the chat. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And right under him, I got Miss Coach K. How you doing, Miss Coach?
Oh,
K.
I'm wonderful. I'm living life. I'm alive and well. Hey, it's all good.
Cool. Yeah. And last but not least, I have Miss B. How you doing, Miss B?
Wonderful. I am wonderful. Glad to be here. Good to see everybody.
Yes,
Cool.
ma'am.
All right, you guys, move right along. Anyone watching the show, please like and share to your page. But right now, we need to figure out what's going on in the news. Do you want to get it set up? Here we go.
And now it's time for the news. Hot topics.
Yo, what's going on? This is your boy E coming to bring you the hot topics. The first hot topic we're going to talk about, y'all know it's Christmas time and it's a season of giving, everybody going to visit people. And I want to talk about this young lady. I don't know if y'all heard about this young lady young girl. She was 17 years old. She jumped into a Lyft car. And when she got into the Lyft car, she noticed something that she was feeling. The guy had sprayed something in her car. She was 17 years old. And the Lyft driver kind of the other Anthony, the one with the Lyft driver complimented the girl, saying, man, if I was your age, things of that nature. And then he kept right on spraying something in the car. And she was feeling a little weak. And so she didn't feel right. And so she jumped out of the car because she felt like, man, she felt herself going in and out. So she jumped out of the car and come to find out this guy had sprayed something in the car, I guess to try to weaken the little girl and probably take advantage, but it didn't get that far because she had jumped out. You have that picture, Anthony?
I don't. It's not queuing up.
Okay. Anyway, the man was not charged with anything.
Wow.
Because they couldn't find out what, nothing really happened. All they know is that the little girl, she passed out as soon as she jumped out of the car from him spraying the stuff.
But here's my thing about that is, if he's spraying something in the car, ain't he gonna fall out too?
Well, I don't know if he was spraying it in the back towards her, or whether or not he had on a mask.
Yeah.
Anyway,
they have been charged. It's kind of strange, but go ahead.
So what I advise to the parents and to anybody, put your child on FaceTime if they really have to take an Uber or a Lyft, and just have them talk to you all the way home or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the next one. This is a mom of 5 children. The mom of 5 children decided to tattoo both her eyeballs. She tattooed one of them blue. And then after 3 months, she said, you know what? I'm going to get the other one tattooed. And she had that tattoo purple.
That's crazy.
So what had happened was, and her daughter, her 7-year-old daughter told her, Mommy, please do not do it because there's a chance that something could happen. Where when she had the second eye tattoo, I think the artist went too deep and told her to go blind for 3 weeks in that eye. And she was really, really mad, and right now she has the potential of going blind in both eyes because you can't remove the dye in the eyeball. So, and then the mom said if she would have did it all over again, now I think this is a mom of 5, if she would have did it all over again, she would just had the one eye tattoo.
Much prayer.
Come on now. You're a mom of 5, and you got 5 children.
I'm just not even gonna say nothing.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's absurd.
Shalia said that's crazy.
Yeah. Going on to hot topic number 3. Y'all like to say good morning, America, where it's something that is more than just good morning, America. I heard about TJ Holmes on the morning show. Him and what's her name? Ray?
Amy. Robot.
Yeah. They both might have been saying good morning for real. They've been having an affair. And also, it's been said that he's been having an affair with another staffer, I think an HR employee. So right now, they decide to suspend both of them until they investigate as far as whether or not he was having an affair with somebody who's underneath him. Because I don't know if it's something against the employee or organization or having an affair with somebody, one of your coworkers. That may not be a problem, but it's more of a problem if someone is underneath you. So, good morning. Be careful who you're sleeping with. Your coworkers. But you know, a lot of people date their coworkers.
But they were both married. They were both married to each other.
Oh,
that's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Well, a lot of married folks, it's out there, but you know, they are more in the light.
Yeah.
All right, last but not least, y'all know this guy named Derek Jackson.
Oh Lord, yeah.
He is a successful author, relationship expert, social media personality, and self-love ambassador. Where, you know, I did some research on him. I didn't know a little bit about him, but Anthony sent me some information that I had to go a little bit deeper. Come to find out, his wife made a 42-second video, and she was bashing people, and she was putting spell on people. If you talk about my family, my husband, my children, then I hope this hand go down your throat and choke you and this and that. And all because her husband was cheating on her. She found out her husband was cheating on her with another lady, and the person who he cheated with, they also had sex in their bed, you know, at his home. So infidelity. So he's giving these healthy tips on relationship, but he's the one that's cheating. And she decided that, you know, keep my husband's name out of your mouth, because she wants to still work it out with him. So that's what's going on with him. I didn't know too much about him, but Anthony, you know a little bit more you want to add to that?
Yeah, you know, when he first came out, he started, a lot of women loved him because he was really saying a lot of stuff that we know how men need to step up to the plate, etc. And so a lot of women were really disappointed when they found out that all along you have an affair. So the type of guys you're talking about, you actually are being that.
Right.
So, you know, right now with the divorce thing going on, no one actually knows what the divorce is about, but I think it's him filing for divorce. So who knows what's going on in that picture? Who knows?
Yeah, like Sanaa said, she was quoting the scriptures, but yet she was saying, I wish the hand would choke you.
She would definitely use the scriptures though, but I think that's one of the coolest things ever. She was smooth with it,
But she was smooth, but she was devilish at the same time.
Exactly, and that's what made people dislike people that's supposed to be people of God when they try to put itself out to be so perfect, but then yet what they're doing is like, okay, that's not God. I like what you're doing,
Right.
at all. So
what people forget is like, where's your heart when you're doing it? Where's your heart? And man can't tell, but God can. So
don't do it in revenge. Do it by letting God take care of it.
Okay.
Right.
Let me be totally honest with you. A lot of people fail to realize that men and women of God are regular human, everyday human beings as well as anybody else. Yeah, we're held to a whole higher standard at the same time, but as you know, a lot of people say, oh, but you a preacher. Okay, let's go deeper. Each and every one of us are preachers, because when you go to a funeral, your story was already told before you get to the funeral because of the lifestyle that you live. So you preaching every day by the lifestyle and the environment and the choices and the things that you choose to do. The only thing is, it's more like the people that accept the calling are set up on a pinnacle to be hung or to be displayed so people can be judgmental over their lifestyle and the choices that they're making. So you got to be mindful,
But she recorded this and posted it, so she knew exactly what she was posting.
yeah, that's messed up. That's messed up. But heads off to them though, in their marriage. So hopefully they'll get it straight. I don't wish anyone bad in their marriage. So I hope that I know it gotta be a bad time to be in the spotlight, and try to do that too. Yeah. So you guys are gonna move right along to the topic of the day, and here we go. Let me change to my talking music. All right. Now, is it okay? I want to ask the women, but before I do, I got something to show you guys. I saw this was very interesting. Okay. I don't know what you guys will see after this, because this really had me really looking at things in a different light. Give me 1 second. Let me find out where it's at. Hot topics. All right, check this out. Where's it at? Here we go.
If I look over my marriage, if I were to judge it in year 5 or year 10, there was never 50-50. Somebody was always giving way more. Someone always needed a different kind of thing. You have to evolve with it. And so, yeah, there were times when I felt like I was 70% in and he was doing 30% because of the choices that I made in the terms of how I wanted our family to look. Yeah. I had to take my foot off of my career gas pedal, never putting on the brake, but slowing up a little bit. Those are the natural compromises that are required. And I feel bad when I see young people giving up on their relationships because there are periods of hard. So I think it's important for us to be honest in those conversations, not to glamorize what a partnership feels like, because then young people quit too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know what? This was one of the best ones I've ever seen, because I think that now that we know the end result of what happened, that not only she's probably the most influential Black woman, I think, and so is her husband, and was so well respected that I never would have thought, because I was at Barack Obama as a smart guy. I think we all knew that he is. But what some people don't know is that I think Michelle has some law degrees or something. She was smart.
Yeah, they made in college.
Her education was a little bit more than, she had a little more education what he did. But whoever thought when she said that she had to pump the brakes because of how she wanted her family to look. And that means she sacrificed. And the 70-30, I think it's interesting that her and her position with how they ended up and what she said she had to do. I just think that nowadays a lot of women don't want to go through with that. So I want to first ask you ladies, what is, when you ladies say building a man, what is that? What do y'all mean by when you say building a man? What is that? You say, I don't want to build a man. What do you mean by that? What most women say it.
I'll let you go first.
I knew that was going to happen. So, not that I'm an expert on building men. However, I think there's a lot of room for interpretation, right? For some women, building a man would be like he has no home training, like he doesn't know what he's doing in life. And so it's an extra child, right? Or a child period that they have to somehow educate, teach, instruct, show. And like I said, you become a mother girlfriend, mother wife, something like that kind of figure. And then the other build a man situation, maybe the situation where, like Michelle was just talking about, you both come in, either somebody having a little bit, somebody not having so much, and you're in the early stages of the relationship, right? But you have goals and you're doing something, like you're building together, like you're building whatever the empire legacy is that you're doing, but you're doing it together. And for some women, especially the ones who have been on the fast track, or maybe she's more advanced than him, like you alluded to a few minutes ago in her career, like having to reach back and pull somebody up, it somehow hinders her. And so there's some women who feel like, well, I don't want to do that. I need my equal or above me, right? But I'm not, that's what my understanding of building a man is.
Right.
That's different.
I don't, me personally, I don't think you can build a man. I don't believe in building a man. Let me say that. I believe in supporting a man, but building a man, no. I think there's a big difference. Because even as a single man, you should already know who you are, have something going on. What are you building? I am here to help and support you build what you're already building at this point in my life. Now, that's not to say that we're not going to build anything together, but you should already have something going on. So when I look at building a man, or what women may say building a man, it is like, let's say the guy is homeless or something. That's the extreme, but I'm just, saying he may be homeless. He may not have as much as she have. So it's like she's really taking on, I might look at as a second child. So it's like some things that he may not have had two parents, or it probably was a struggle when he was growing up. So a lot of things he doesn't know as a man. So she may have to teach him and, help him, I guess, try to get to her level. That's what I would consider trying to build a man, but I don't personally believe in doing that. I believe in supporting, and that's as far as I would go. And what Michelle was saying, I don't believe what she was saying was building either. I believe what she was saying is supporting her husband. They were both had their goals, but at some point, he probably need more support from her than she needed from him, because he was the leader and the father of the home. So of course she had two girls. So she wanted to be a example for her girls of what type of wife that they should be for their husband. So I believe that's supporting.
Good point.
Yeah, that's a good point. So what, ladies, what is the difference between at one point, let's say it was a point in your life where you haven't got your degrees or your nice job and stuff yet, and you met a guy that was financially stable, and he decided to support you, or what soon called build, and you haven't got your accolades yet, you haven't got your success yet. Isn't that the same thing? If he's supporting you, is he building a woman?
So I think Kim made a distinction between support and building. So I think support is supposed to be both sides all throughout, whether you building, not attaining success yet, or you've already been successful. So I think that we have to separate those. But building could be is that maybe he encouraged you. Maybe you dropped out because y'all had a child, and so you stopped college, right, so that you could raise a child. And then he says, "Oh, honey, you should go back to school. Go back to get your degree." I see that as support versus building, right?
Okay, Church, what you think?
Well, to be totally honest with you, I was listening to what the ladies were saying, and I look at it like this. Sometimes you look at women thinking they building a man like me. A lot of people think my wife built me, but a lot of men, in this day and time, they have intentions and plans. I want people to really understand that even these younger guys out here, they have dreams, goals, and visions, but with the way the economy is set up, their dreams, hopes, and visions are killed, and they need a woman such as yourselves to come in, motivate and encourage, push and impel, to restore their hopes and dreams. I just went to the hospital and seen one of my friends, and he was one of my most influential people to me getting my life together when I came home from prison. And to be honest, he needs some team builders to show up for him right now, because he was the one coming to me. Have you read your Bible today? Have you been studying? He was a true motivator and encourager. His son, I reached out and went and found his son today, and he called me and he said, yo, man, my dad act like he forgetting stuff. He don't even read the Bible no more. So, that was a great concern to me. And why am I saying all of that? Everybody needs to be built up from time to time in their lives, regardless if they broke, regardless if they're a bum. Guess what? A bum might be the one that make your dreams come true. But if you never give them the chance, it's like this.
Well, Church, let me ask you a question. Look, connect what you're just saying. If a bum is, for a woman point of view, just playing devil advocate, like, how is she supposed to believe in a bum?
Because guess what? Most women never give a bum opportunity to see their potential. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't look like what you're used to, or I don't look like what's expected. And then when the woman that does take the time to get to know the bum or whatever and helps him reach his greatest potential, now all the women in the area want him after she's put in the work.
It's like 5 movies from the 90s.
You understand? And what I'm saying is, and guess what? These times are still around. But the thing is, people aren't willing to put in the work anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody want a ready-made man, when guess what? That ready-made man is going to be just like the dude y'all was just talking about from the show. He going to have a couple of pieces of booty on the backside of the street. So you got to be mindful of that too, because he already has the potential, and he's saying in the background, just like the women do, oh, you can go. Me and my kids, we good. And he's going to be saying the same thing, because he know umpteen women are in line waiting to play on his playground.
Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think it's similar to, how the NBA players, especially NBA players, or when someone hit it really big, they become a millionaire, and people get mad because they feel like they're not giving back to the community, or they made it big, they forgot about us. Isn't it the same as now a woman is doing well, and then she got a guy, it's like, she got to a point where she need to be, but she don't really care about helping that guy get to the point where she's at. Isn't it the same thing?
I think
I don't think she have to. I mean, it's a choice. I mean, we all make choices. It's a choice. Listen, all I'm saying is I'm not that girl. I mean, like,
I know that.
Hey, the bomb. I mean, all power to Sis, if you want to go build that man, go ahead. But I'm not. Nah. Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a question honestly?
Go ahead.
What has happened?
What you mean?
Have you always been this way? Was it something that broke you? Like I need to know. I need to understand why there's no compassion for the male seed.
I have plenty of compassion, but here's the thing. I am a mother. I have my son is about to be 12. And I took on the mentality that if I want my son to look at this man and look up to him and say, I want to be just like this man. If I can't do that, I can't date him. Okay. I have to be cautious.
And I'm on the defensive because I was these guys that you were talking about. And I say this all the time. When I started dating my wife, I was a gangster. I was a drug dealer. I was a fool. I was a bum at times. I was a cursor. Like, I did everything that people didn't approve of. People was telling me, oh, you gonna die and go to hell. I look at them and say, oh, I can't go to a hell because there's nothing worse than this, right? Mm-hmm. So now let me help you understand this. Just the other day, my stepson went on Facebook and said, you know what? My stepdad is the GOAT. You understand? Because of the lifestyle that I live currently, because of the guy that I have become. But there's a process to becoming. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. This is an everyday job. Like right now, today I preach, wounded, but I'm still winning. People don't know the wounds and the hurts and the problems and the issues that we endure as men.
We do too. We do too.
And I'm not taking anything from the woman, but you know how much harder the fight is for a man.
Yeah.
Listen to me, baby. They're given when it comes to women in the workforce, even with help from social services or whoever from the government, men can't get anything. So the struggle is far greater. You know, I'm just trying to help you understand. Like,
I understand, but you have to you also,
and then for women are designed to be our helpmeet, right? You aren't even giving a man the possibilities of even seeing what a helpmeet looks like. I'm just trying to, you know, I don't really want to go way out there, but it's a lot, baby. It's really a lot.
I'm not hurt.
I hear you, Church, and I hear Kim as well. I think what I like about what Michelle was talking about is her and Barack had a goal, and their goal was
he was doing something.
It was success, whether if he was working a $6 an hour job, right? They both agree we want to be great together. And I think they both were willing to do what needed to be done in order to get there. So that meant somebody staying home for a little bit, somebody taking less hours at work. The ultimate goal was success. And I think for couples, you have to decide what it looks like for you. There's a lot of women who are in Kim's position who just, because my children, because my job, because where I am, that's who they are. Good that you know that up front if you're the male that's going to deal with them. But there are other women who are willing to say, hey, I'm willing to be patient because I believe in us. We may not have it today, but we keep going at it together. We're going to get there. And we got God on our side. We may get there even, faster and greater than what we imagine. So I think it's going to be what the couple decides. And I think there are a lot of women in both camps.
Yeah, it is.
You know what it is, though? I'm sorry, go ahead, Eric.
And there's different strokes for different folks. And I respect each one of you's opinion about what you see in a man, what you believe is supporting, what you believe is building. To be honest, what I want to be built, I want to be encouraged. I want someone to encourage me, because in a relationship, if you're going to be in a relationship, you have to have that mindset of when a person is weakened, you have to build them back up. When their mindset has been devoured by pressure or whatever it may be, then a lot of times it's going to take, whether you call it building or whether you call it supporting, but you got to push one another. And we may be saying the same thing, but one person, from a woman's standpoint, it may be, I'm not building a man because it may be a sorry man that just sitting around, don't want to go get a job, don't want to fix nothing around the house, don't want to cut the grass, don't want to do anything. Mm-hmm. That may be considered building. Someone else may look at a relationship saying, with Michelle's situation, it was more of a supporting. I'm going to scale back so I can support my man as he grows.
Right.
And that's what relationship is all about. It's about how can we grow, which we're building together. And you can't grow unless you're supporting one another. If you worrying about how to build one another, then there may be a screw missing somewhere. You may not hit a board right. You may not, may be a little bit off. But when you support one another, you right there, and you're not going to let that fall, let your husband fall, because you there to support him. But if you're trying to say, I'm not going to build him, then you're going to let him crumble by himself. So it has to be some type of support beam. And that's the reason why a lot of houses can't pass inspection, because that support beam is not there. It's not going to stand on anything. Yeah. It's like, I believe if God's not there as a support beam in your relationship, it's not going anywhere. So I want to be built as a man. I don't mind being built as long as it's a support type of being.
Yeah, let me say this because I don't want you to get the wrong understanding of what I said. I believe that both men and women as single individuals should be building themselves. I do. I believe that the person that comes into your life they are an added person to your life that helps you once you meet them And it's a difference between already being married and already being in a relationship, supporting a person, or you guys supporting each other, versus I'm going to take on all of this responsibility and trying to build you from the beginning. I'm not doing that. No. But if we are already together, we are already a married couple, then that is my duty to help you as a mate and a partner. That's what I mean.
Let me give you a small analogy, and I understand what you're saying with that. But some people in the professional field, let's take NBA for example, they got there, but they still have to grow. It still takes building them to help them become their, at their highest potential. So some people may not know what that is. They have to get around others to see, man, I never knew I can be the man type, because I was never pushed from a standpoint. Everybody didn't have that growing up in their home or in their environment. So I don't want to say we should look bad on the person who's not being built, but see if they have the potential to be built.
But you know what, though, man? I think I realize that sometimes you gotta realize the biggest reward sometimes comes with taking a chance. I don't think as women y'all test y'all faith as much as y'all should. You let your past. No, I think you let your past experiences dictate how y'all do things. Y'all miss out on a lot of things because y'all ain't always emotionally led. Sometimes it can work against you.
No, that's not true. I am more mentally led than emotional. I'm not a very emotional woman. I do what makes sense. What makes sense for me and my life. That's what I do.
Right. You know, I realize though. I realize sometimes.
Which is nothing wrong with that.
Right. Listen. Sometimes I think we always know what's the best for ourselves, and we think we're always making the right decision, but we mess up a lot when you really think about it. Because think about the people that we chose in the past, it didn't end right, did it? So how much do you really know? So you might want to take a chance for something and do something different, because sometimes God is really trying to show you something, but you emotionally get caught in between. And you just have to just let the Spirit just lead you and don't overthink it. Women, y'all overthink too much, because that's the part that y'all lack. Y'all got the emotional, and with us, it's the opposite. Y'all have the emotional part. Sometimes you have to let us know, like, baby, because we're testosterone driven. But y'all don't have all the answers. You just don't. And sometimes you just have to just like, you know what? You never know.
Why do you think we think we have all the answers?
Because it's just the way, because you don't know.
Nobody knows.
I see it. No, right? I see it so much.
I actually agree with you.
Something really be introduced to you, and it might be something you've never ever seen before.
Yeah.
And you just never ever know. You don't know, because like I said, we think we know what we want. But you look at your past, how many mistakes have you made on the people that you thought was right? So you know what you want.
You don't make the same mistakes.
And guess what? Like, even with that being said, that was my purpose for the question earlier. When I said who or what happened, what created you or made you feel the way that you feel about why you're not going to have compassion on a man, or why you're not going to consider building a man or figuring it out. Because a lot of times, just because a man shows up and he don't have all that you expect, you're basically saying, hey, I'm not gonna put anything into this man, because it's his responsibility to figure it out and have it all together, because hey, I've already done that and my life was basically destroyed, and now I got my kids, or I got my responsibility, and now at a cost for the world, my past. See, you allowing your past to dictate the next man you date in a sense.
No, so I'm allowing what I want in my life to dictate that, not my past. What I want in my future. That's what dictate my decisions.
But so you're not scared that you're gonna overlook something that could make you happy for the rest of your life?
No, not if I have to build him.
But listen,
it's not even necessarily building.
But listen,
I have to raise my son to be a man. I can't raise a man to be a man.
Guess what? To be honest with you, you can try to raise your son to be a man, and you can tell him the right things to do. Guess what? My wife taught me something a long time ago. She said, when they born and they children, they under your feet. But when they get grown, they be in your heart because you don't know where they at or what they doing. You can teach your kid all the right things. You can show your kids how to act, but guess what? It's not a guarantee they'll be a totally another person.
It's not about guarantee. It's about responsibility.
And I totally understand that. I totally understand that, but we never know.
We don't. But it's still my choice.
Well, looking at the video though, you got to really think about what Michelle was saying. That was the part that she had to slow down. And I'm just thinking like about how modern
that was her husband too. He wasn't a dude off the street who ain't had nothing going on.
But guess what?
He had everything going on. That was her husband. That was her duty.
Right, but that's how you look at it now.
To start out dating.
Right.
She wasn't talking about. She was talking about when they were married. She was talking about when they were married.
She talks about their first date. Like he didn't have money for the date. Like they did not start out.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So guess what?
But they were both. They both. Neither. She didn't have that much more than what he had. So it wasn't that far off.
She paid for the meal. That was a part of team building.
But how much more did she have of him, though? How much more did she have? She wasn't making six figures and stuff like that, and he didn't have anything.
No, but check this out, though. You really think about it. If she didn't sacrifice what she did, we might not have had our first black president.
Boom!
And that's fine.
She might have been known
as made a decision for herself.
Influential person in the world because she made a decision to do and follow how God said it's supposed to be.
Exactly, but we have to be led on our own by what the Spirit say. Now, my middle name is Michelle, but it ain't Obama. I'm just saying. So.
See, it goes right back to the same thing. It goes right back to the same thing. Look, my middle name is Michelle, but my last ain't Obama.
I think Kim just shut it down.
I ain't doing what Michelle done. You went
right
back to the
listen. Kim just shut it down for the day. Hey, we got to move on. We got to move on. We got to move on to the verbal letter. This was good though. Hey, I'm gonna use that. That's gonna be. We're gonna turn that into a TikTok. She was all sticking on her feet fast that time. She probably got her answer from a man, probably.
Oh Lord, that she not building? Okay, he already built.
All right, here we go. Let's set the video. Which one is it? I got so much videos to look at. Here we go.
Sitting for male and female. People just like you and me. The Velvet Letter. The Velvet Letter. Velvet Letter. It's about to be juicy, hot,
I love the intro. I love it. What you got, Kim? What you got?
I'm getting it pulled up now. Listen, I wasn't even playing. My middle name is Michelle.
I think we knew that.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
All right, let me get it.
Take your time. Yeah, she came back strong with that one. I was like, okay.
Listen, I always have a comeback. You better believe that.
Yeah, church ain't set up no more. He ain't say nothing.
All right, so y'all ready?
Yeah, here we go. What we got for the Velvet Letter?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. What up, Velvet Room? I am a big fan of the show and was quite surprised to hear a letter concerning me and my daughter. You read the letter about me, Rio, missing the daddy-daughter couple dance a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, I know it sounds bad. I messed up big time, believe it or not. I was crushed to see my daughter upset. I know I went too far reacting to the situation. Your thoughts were on point. It made me realize it's time to face my absence head on. The reason I am writing you is to get some advice to help me and my relationship with my daughter. Also to fix the issues with her mother. I applaud her for being an awesome mom. She is right. She never tried to keep me from my daughter. I'm hurt that she's thinking about asking me to allow her fiance to adopt my daughter. But I get it. He has been a stand-up guy in my absence. I understand their reasons but I want another chance to do right. Help me, please make this right with everyone involved. Deadbeat, but trying.
All right now. I like that.
Wow, see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Remember that night when I was saying all of that?
Yeah.
Now you see where all that came from. That's how God moved. You never
Right.
know who's looking. You never know who's watching.
Right.
You
So,
never know.
So Coach K,
That's
what
me.
advice would you give him?
I mean, at this point, it's time to stop using words and use action. I mean, no one is perfect. I don't ever look for perfection, but I do desire healthy relationships. And I mean all relationships, family or whatever. So we have to decide, make a decision, and we have to stick to the decision. We have to work on ourselves. Like, we're not going to get better overnight. We're not going to get better just because we say we want to be better. No, we have to start making healthy decisions, things that are going to benefit us and other people around us. So it's time to stop talking and just do it.
Cool. Thank Coach K. Here we go. Let's go to the next segment. This is one of my favorite ones. Let's hit it.
Sex facts. Sex facts. Sex facts.
So, I had a little bit of fun this week. I'll say I found some fascinating sex facts, but it has to do with some things I would have never put together. So we're talking about how some things that we do today had its origin. So, for example, you might not think about milk and cereal the same way after this conversation, but apparently, way back when Mr. Kellogg and Mr. Graham, they were two preachers who decided that it was not okay for children, once they are sexually aroused, to self-please themselves. And so they went into the lab and decided they want to create ways. One of the things was like pouring some kind of acid on. Yeah, it was cruel. But the easier or the lighter way they decided to help children keep them from doing those type of things, or anybody really, was to create foods that were vegetable-based or bland, so that children would be distracted and wouldn't have the desire to do those things. So that's how you get graham crackers today. And we have the whole Kellogg's cereal line, right? They ended up selling out, and other companies bought it. And so the cereal became not just bland, but it became something like full of sugar and all those things. But had any of y'all heard that before? Did you know that cereal, its origin was to help, keep children from self-pleasing? Isn't that weird?
How does it keep from self-pleasing?
So what their rationale back then was that if children ate bland food, it would not arouse them the same way. So, for example, you think about foods that are considered aphrodisiacs or foods that promote certain parts. Yeah, those. So they were trying to produce foods that would have the opposite effect, to keep children from touching themselves. Right.
Wow.
Exactly. Very interesting. So the second one has to do with postage stamps. You might not think about them the same way too. So this has to do with when they were trying to just determine medically whether or not a male's erectile dysfunction was based on psychological issues or health issues. They would do a test. They would have patients come in. They would wrap their organ with a roll of stamps. And because it's psychological, that means he could still have an erection overnight. And so if the seals from the stamps were open, that meant that he had one overnight. If they were closed, that meant that his issue was not psychological. Exactly. It was something else. And so they would go to the next plan. I know. Like, what do y'all think about that?
Yeah, I heard that.
I have no clue.
They had to use what they had, I guess. And then the last one has to do with, which is interesting. I was some people were talking about this particular thing, and we know that in the development of sexual pleasure, that there's a whole line of like products for women these days, but how we even got to a vibrator, right? So that was interesting to me. So back in the day, they talked about women being very irritable. And so one of the diagnoses, they actually termed it as hysteria, that when women were really, a whole bunch of things that were negative, that they would send them to the doctor, and the doctor actually had the job of massaging, right? That special place on the woman until she was able to climax. Well, they were...
I'm born at the wrong time.
On this one,
I'm born at the wrong time.
because some of these sessions could take hours, the doctors thought they needed some help, so they invented the vibrator to help reduce the length of time they had to manually massage women in order to help them release. So because of that invention, like it was help men right not to have to work so hard manually, has led to like $1 billion industry right to this day, where women, they don't need to build a man because they can have their machine man. You know?
That's still buildable, right?
Okay.
Still building.
I'm team human though. So, yeah. So I thought that was interesting sex facts. Right? That's how you never know. Right?
Wow.
Invention.
I can see the last one.
You can.
Yeah,
You born at the wrong time too?
Huh?
You born at the wrong time too? Anthony said he was born at the wrong time.
And they can get away with it. What?
Yeah, I was a test tube baby.
It was legal.
Okay.
I wasn't.
All right, you guys. Well, at the end of the day, bring your drinks up, please. What y'all drinking on, by the way?
I got some Moscato.
Oh, what? You got some Moscato tonight?
Mm-hmm.
I got some berry cherry splash.
It's the Minute Maid peach.
I got one of
Bojangles. We got an Arnold Palmer.
Tea or soda?
You got an Arnold Palmer or sweet tea?
Sweet tea.
Hey, that's that sugar to keep you from.
Yes, exactly.
That is so funny. So check this out, you guys. Thank you for coming to welcome to the show. Thank you for coming to listen to us and everything. We really, really appreciate it. And here's to friendship, great relationships, building together and loving one another, and most of all, loving God.
Right.
So
Whether you need to be built or not, we love you.
Now, see, we could have just left it alone, but no. By the way, everybody, next week, the Christmas show, please tune in. Next week, the Christmas show, hopefully we'll be fully, everybody will be there. So next week, Christmas show, that's it.
All right, keep building.
Hey, Mr. Hollywood, can you get her to go back and look at her last video? I want her to know that it was contrary to what she said on the last show.
No, it's not. I have no contraries. I have different opinions.
Several ways to be the comments, but good night, y'all. Here we go.